redshirt sophomore this season, but you watch a practice and you can tell that Coach Lansing leaning on you heavily to be one of the leaders of this team this year. Just talk about that role in such an early stage in your career.
It was a hard adjustment for me to make, just coming from out of that redshirt year and kind of still learning and being the guy behind Miles to immediately stepping into that role of a leader and I don't know, it was it's a different change, but it's something that I feel like I'm ready for and feel like I've been preparing for in the last 2 years as I redshirted and as a freshman last year.
You talk to anybody on this coaching staff and they'll tell you Kitch has had a great offseason, Jake's been doing this, Jake's been doing that. What can you attribute that to so much, they say, improvement in your game from last year to this year? I just really tried to put in the work this summer. Just was a gym rat all summer, hit the weight room pretty hard, and I was basically here from, I went home for 2 weeks in May and then was basically here all the summer. So I think that's a major contribution was making the commitment to be here and put in the work while I was here. With Mike's injury going down, you're the guy everybody's going to have to lean on up front, probably to play major minutes with the biggest guy on the team now. Just talk about that, and have you tried to play more in the post? Because I know you can step out and hit the jump shot too. Has that injury affected the way you've prepared for this year at all? Not really. I think I was kind of preparing for that before Mike went down with the injury. So I think just my game in general is got to kind of stay the same, but I got to be more focused on guarding those bigger guys and being more physical and more physically imposing, kind of like a Mike would be if he was there. So I think it more comes on the defensive end than the offensive end. Talk a little bit about coming from small school, high school basketball, transitioning into that redshirt year, and now coming out as a sophomore and expected to kind of lead this team. I think my small school kind of prepared me for the leadership role here, just because we're obviously not high major, but we're up there and just coming up from that throughout. I was starter from freshman to senior. So I think I've just always been kind of prepared to be a leader, but coming from that small school and I don't know, sitting out my first 2 years and just kind of watching and learning has really prepared me to be ready when my time has come. Being the guy that is coming after Miles, how much of his toughness do you look to take on this year? It's going to be some tough shoes to fill. That guy was one of the toughest players I ever played against, but I think him being so tough helped me to prepare for this. Just because going against him every day in practice and realizing how hard it's going to be, how hard I have to work, just has prepared me, I think, as well as it could. Talk about your relationship with Coach Lansing. You guys seem to have kind of a special bond. Yeah, I think just throughout, Coach has always kind of just trusted me with doing the right thing and putting in the work, and so I think that's kind of made the transition for me, being one of the bench players to coming into and being a leader, just kind of more natural, more smooth. We just kind of had that connection to where he knows he can trust me and I can rely on him. So many teammates, new faces. This community's never seen play on the floor. You played some minutes last year, and you'll obviously have a majorly increased role. But guys they've never seen before, Christian, Manny, DeJuan, guys like this. Talk about some things you expect to see from them. They're all exciting guys to watch. They can all they all bring something different to the table, and they all work really, really hard. So I think that's really going to show on the court, and they're going to be an exciting bunch to watch this season. How nice is it as a post player to play with Jake Odum as your point guard? Oh man, you just got to be ready at all times with a point guard like that. He really understands, positioning and when to find people and where you're going to be, and so it's I don't know, it's pretty enjoying to be with a guy like that who can find you when you're open and almost see things before they even happen. What do you expect from this club this year? I think our league is very, very tough, and we're going to be competitive though. We've got a hard-working bunch of guys that know how to get it done. I think we're going to have to find different ways to win, but with how competitive our schedule is and how hard we work in practice, it's going to be a fun season.